Oh, crypto nation and mining family over there. What is up? What is up?
No marshmallow.
Ha ha. That's what you get for stirring the pot. You got Mikkel with a hole in his lip. And you got myself, Nemesis.
My marshmallow.
Marshmallow overboard. Man down. Man down. What is going on, everybody? I see we got Crypto Bedell in the house. We got him dropping the FAs with the first FA out there because he's fucking awesome. Yo. We got Zapire. We got Budweiser. We got Seb. What's up, my dude? We got Tech Man. We got Sadie here. Got all these Lemon Tree gang people in his house. I mean, I saw like Sadie posting out that Lemon Tree photo. And it was like, it looked like it was snowy over there. And like, you're supposed to be in a warm climate. What the fuck's up with that, man? Are you finding my weather again? Can you fucking tell that shit to come back up here?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, it's not snowy right now, but it's actually supposed to be, at least for me, it's supposed to get snowy this week.
I'm tired of you fucking people like allowing my weather down in your backyard. I mean, that's our lost weather.
It's drunk and it needs to go home.
Well, you keep on fucking letting him into your backyard. I mean, you're enabling it. And then you get these angry storms this time of year for it. Like, you're not supposed to get tornadoes this time of year.
No tornadoes.
Huh?
I don't have any tornadoes.
Oh, they've been like talking about like conditions right for it. There's been areas that have had tornadoes, and it's like that's not this time of year.
No nados.
Right? It's like, what the fuck is this shit? And I know, like my man, our guy over there, Tech Man, he's dealing with a Dodge common fucking problem over there. It's one of the good common problems, you know, where Dodge thought it was amazing to sit there and go, you know, we got this hot oil. We should probably try to cool it down. So we're gonna put this cooler underneath the intake that's attached into oil galleys underneath the intake and attach your oil filter housing onto it. For some reason, the bottom section of it just fucking lets loose all the time. I like it fucking just baffles me why Dodge did this, and they put a lot of plastic in there, going, yeah, this won't fail.
It's fine.
Oh yeah. I mean, they got an upgraded like module for it and everything that Tech Man has to do over there, and he's like, I can't get the injector harness apart, and I'm like, they come apart. I have a special little tool for it that I got from Cornwell. It's got a little depressor just for harnesses. This way you can sit there and like you just sit there and you grab the connector end, you just kind of give it a little gentle squeeze, give it a little jiggle, and they usually come apart. And it's like a lot of that stuff.
And jiggles. That's what I'm trying to do to this wire.
And us miners, we should already know about like, you know, busting off fucking plastic and stuff like that, you know, breaking tabs off. In a pinch on those, I mean, like you're either like, if you break a connector because you have to take it apart to get it back together, well then you're making a decision. You're replacing the connector end.
You're making a decision.
Yep, you're making a decision.
Of two
you're gonna do this one of two ways. You're gonna do a little African American engineering over here, or you're gonna do a little bit of replacing the connector ends. If you're just gonna kind of rig it to work, I would just say you just zip tie it back together. I've done it before. I mean, it's not the approved way of doing things, but, you know, shit happens when you party naked.
Right?
I mean, I've seen worse on a dragster.
Hey man, if it works, it works.
Hell yeah, dude. I have seen so much worse on a dragster. Where
Well, as
somebody
it can-
breaks an adjuster bolt on their rocker arm and they're like, "Oh, just put a regular bolt in there. We're good to go," and not realizing that rocker arm end broke off because there was a problem and you just made it worse. Those are usually the people whose engines fall apart like halfway down the next run. You just see a poof of smoke and you're like, "Oh, that was bad." You're like, "Please don't let it be oil."
Please no.
Please don't have windowed the engine block. Please say the oil stayed inside of it and that was just what happened when the cylinder shut down. Please.
I can't afford for it to be anything else.
Well, depending on what
mean,
you're doing, depending on where you may or may not be racing at, you know, because racing only happens in approved areas.
Or in Mexico.
Right. And you never want to see a track get oiled down. I mean, that might ruin race night.
It might make a lot of people very unhappy.
Yeah. Hey,
So
man.
people may question your judgment.
Hey, man. You want to know what we should what we should try to save up for?
Lots of things.
I mean, besides, you know, just getting more miners and stuff like that, you know, probably more A6, because that'd be the smarter way to do things these days. But like, you know, getting making a cheap drag and drive of car like Cletus is doing. Did you see all that shit with Cletus McFarlane?
Like the 7K, like.
Yeah, like a 7K challenge.
Oh yeah, it'd be fun.
Dude, that would be so much fun. Just like a fucking beater car. And go fucking trash it for a week, racing around. You know, this is gonna, like, they might have just made a new class of fucking racing.
7K beater challenge.
Right? On a drag and drive on sick week. The 7K challenge.
I have to change the drive on this nut cannon.
Uh-oh. What
It
happened?
was so hard to get together. And I really don't want to have to take it apart.
What
Because it's
happened?
like, I mean, like you are like,
Oh, yeah. Wow, you
all
really
up in
dog
there,
stuffed
man.
that in there. Wow.
I mean, that's actually how it, like, it's supposed to
Right,
be.
right. I'm just like, wow, that is dog stuffed in there.
Yeah. So,
That is crazy. Wow.
yeah, right? It's awesome for a little, like, as compact as it is.
Right?
But anyway, so right here, or right there are two slots for MD mediums. And one of them that I have in there is not registering. And I'm not quite sure why. I have like a spare, so I hope that one works, right? But
Oh, go
Yeah.
into, you might have to go into BIOS to make sure that all your M.2 slots are on.
I did.
You did? Okay.
I did.
I'm just thinking of something stupid, you know? Like, like, why is it
Even
not
when I was
detecting
trying
it?
to, even when I was like trying to boot, or trying to install like OS, I could only ever see the one, like the smaller drive, which is what I was using for the operating system. So I don't know. I'm not sure. So just gonna replace the drive, put the a spare one that I have, and see if it fires back up. But yeah, getting this thing undone is gonna be
you
a
have a
pain.
reader outside of the computer to be able to plug your
What do you mean?
you're able to, you got a reader that you can just like externally plug that in and see if you can read it from your main computer, like
What
an
do you mean?
M.2 adapter to USB, so that like you're able to like
I do.
rewrite. Yeah, see if you even detect it that way.
Well, I would still have to pull it out.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
it
still got.
sucks. Yeah, it's all dogs. Yeah,
I was like, I still
you're not
gotta
getting
like dig it
around
out.
that aspect. It looks like
Yeah, no.
that one sucks because I know so like I
Connection
like
issues here.
I
Oh
like the
no.
mini builds. I really do, but they are, when it
Very
comes
dense,
down to
yeah.
maintaining them, they are a pain in the ass to deal
GPU
with.
sandwich. It's actually a an Intel NUC card. It's a pirate. It's an Intel NUC with a 3060. This is actually Sadie's 3060.
Ooh,
Yep.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What up,
It's a
Flying
toughie.
Brian? What's up? What's up?
It's a toughie.
Yeah, I always like I said, I always love those little small builds like that because like you could really just take a lot of compute power with you to fucking pretty much anywhere.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Intel sold the NUC division to Aces, yes. With a DG home miner, got your mom mining. Dude, congrats.
Nice.
The last time my mom was over, she was actually asking about my Avalon 3 sitting on the, like, right there by the TV.
Oh, your conversational piece.
Yep. Yep, the Avalon 3. She was like, she goes, what are those? And I said, oh, they're mining Bitcoin. And she goes, what? I said, yeah, they're actually solar mining Bitcoin. I said, they don't use a lot of power. You know, they generate a little bit of heat. And it's nice. It's nice looking. Uh, you know, and I said, and if I hit a Bitcoin block, well, that's, you know, 3.25 Bitcoin. So she goes, what's the price of Bitcoin? I said, at the time, I was like 100K. And she was like, I was like, yep, yeah, yeah. It's like 300K. That's right. Think about it. I was like,
Yep.
but it does make nothing in the meantime until it hits that block.
Right. It's your
It's
lottery ticket.
that's right. Up until that point, it's really doing nothing. Then burning like electricity, making heat. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Well, one of these days I gotta refire up my little lotto ticket that like people, not too many people have ever really seen. I mean, people here on the channel have, just because you guys follow what I do, but the little grid seed miner here, you know, it's like an old school fucking lotto ticket. I'd like to get like one of the newer USB styles, just because they got a little better compute because they're using the better chip modules than this thing does. But this is in the, this mines Bitcoin in the mega hash. It doesn't even register gigahash.
We're talking mega engines.
Oh yeah, this is like a little after after FPGAs were done. ASICs were just coming on board. So I mean, you're like a real small window away from GPU mining on Bitcoin. So one of these bad boys pretty decent to have running, but I mean at the same time I almost don't want to fire it up just because like it does still work. Like I don't want to like just beat it up, you know, for as old as it is now. But I do keep an eye on the fan on there, so I mean that's like the big thing on there is making sure it's clean, and I'm pretty vigilant on that. But it mines Bitcoin and that Lizzie Litecoin. It's kind of funny that it mines Litecoin. What is it? It's like 145 mega hash. It's got like 5 Litecoin ASIC chips on there. They're so teeny tiny. They're cute. And I think with the Bitcoin miner, I think it's like 225 mega hash for a total of like 67 watts, something like that. 67 or 80 watts.
Not bad.
Nah, I mean, for something that's just more like a nostalgic piece that you can have running in the background.
Right. It's definitely able to leave some of the wires connected and it's able to like shimmy it out.
Woo!
Just the nuck.
It's like, I got it. Got it, guys.
I have to like hold it with one hand, so sorry, not sorry.
It's like you need to have multicam for when you're doing stupid shit like this on air. You can just be like flick a button and then bam, you get the work cam.
I have my other camera, but it's not like it's mounted and it's not in the right position.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I've always got like a desk one. Like I got to get a new DSLR camera so that I can get my top-down views back. Mm-hmm. So I want to get a good camera I want a camera that I can zoom in again, because man, doing board repairs without having that crispy zoom just kind of doesn't work that well.
yeah, kind of. Feels you.
But at the same time, I want to make sure that I got a camera that like can still use the attachments that I already have. What's up, Big Rome? What up, my dude?
What's up, Rome?
So what's your thoughts on the whole NVIDIA thing with Flux?
Well, I saw their partnership.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen much more past that. If that's what you're saying.
So they had a bit, like the Flux people talked about it a little bit. And basically that partnership's gonna make the price of entry to fucking Flux a lot higher.
Think so?
Yep. Specialized Flux hardware. Exclusivity through fucking NVIDIA. They'd be able to sit there because it's a company, basically, at the end of the day. They're going to be able to ID each miner and actually approve the miner on the network and exclude it from anybody else.
He said fluxed up, man.
I mean, that's what I would do if it was a partnership and I was NVIDIA. I'd be like, how are you going to guarantee it's going to be my hardware and my hardware alone that's going to be touching this? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be a guarantee in it for NVIDIA. I mean, NVIDIA is a mega corporation at the end of the day. Like, they've got to make sure that their interests are in line with their investors. NVIDIA doesn't care about fucking flux. They just want to know what the bottom dollar is and how they're going to be guaranteed. And then it's like, which hardware is NVIDIA going to be sitting there partnering up with? Is it going to be their brand new, A100s with an Intel, core? It's like, how is this all going to get ramped up here? I'm curious.
How do you know?
It seems like in the last year, the home GPU miner is just getting we're getting our asses handed to us, basically.
We're getting our teeth kicked in. That's fine.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
I'm on that bare edge myself currently.
Oh.
And I'm like, I had that moment this week, and I was like, And I kind of thought about it, and I was like, man, I haven't had to have like that thought in a while. I was like, do I keep going?
Right, because like all these projects, in the end, they're turning their back on the home miner. Every one of these projects are now quickly 86ing GPU home miners.
I don't know. I think they've kind of realized that a blockchain doesn't necessarily need GPU mining, right? I mean, that's kind of
they know they need a security mechanism. They know that GPUs are a great starting point. They know CPUs is an amazing starting point too. Monero's shown that you can forever stay on CPU mining and still get the security that you're looking for. And that's basically, at the end of the day, from a perspective of a particular blockchain, what's the price of security? And is it worth having the higher elevated security going into ASIC territory for that concentrated security level at the premium? Because ASICs are going to bring in a premium security level. But if you get rid of the pricing on there and the good profitability, now your ASICs become meh moment, and if you make money, you make money. If you don't, that's your problem. They don't care if the miners that are putting out the expenditures are actually being, how can I put it, like incentivized to continue to provide that security level. And if these projects are just going, oh, we'll just go to proof of stake then. And if that was such a great business model, I would say let all these coins just go to proof of stake and take the path of Ethereum and see how that's working out for them.
I agree, man.
They've not since 2021. They haven't even hit half their all-time high.
I know, but
they're slowly diminishing money out because There's nobody incentivized anymore.
That's not entirely true. There's a lot of layer 2s built on Ethereum.
I'm talking Ethereum by itself.
I know, but without Ethereum, those layer 2s wouldn't be around. So
I think those layer 2s.
those layer 2s are incentivized.
I think that if their coders know what they're doing, that they can make their protocol standalone.
I agree.
So, does it make it easier for some coders to build upon it? Sure. Do I think it's a necessary mechanism? No. They barely bring value into the space of being able to launch new protocols on top of it. You know, and so it's like I don't know. It's like I don't see the relevance as hard for Ethereum because they've gotten rid of the bigger mechanic behind all of it. Now you've got fucking people with money, people who are more into the gambling side of things, and then few core groups of people using protocols built on top of it. But Ethereum itself isn't being utilized like it used to. And that's also diminishing value on there because you got people who are staking in that, oh, I've got money. I'm going to put this in and I'm going to take money out. And because there's no, I'm going to try to roll in so that I've got new hardware. You don't have that, oh shit, I got to budget out this stuff. I've got to pay the bills with this. I don't know. I think you get a better value when you have somebody in it with more skin in the game than just, oh, I've got a few tokens. And I think a lot of these projects have been proving that over time that once they go to that proof of stake model, there's no real connection.
See, so like I'm torn, right? Because like I totally agree with you. Because, like,
I'm sorry.
Right? Like proof of work is, I feel superior, right? But in the world that we live in, most miners, no offense to any of those miners in the chat, are in it for the money. So so protocols are not incentivized to want to go to proof of work because the miners are just going to mine the coin and dump it immediately.
See now,
so
and
that's where like,
and that's where I partially agree with you on that one too.
Pay for electricity costs.
And I will say that your home miner does not fall into that category.
If they pay for the electricity, they do.
They don't. I don't think that the home miner falls into that category a whole lot. A lot of times I see people they have maybe one or two dedicated GPU mining rigs. A handful of GPUs. We're talking about somebody who's not they're in it, but they can afford their 2,000 watts worth of power that they're pulling, right? And I see them hodling more, paying their electric bill because they look at it as that's their way to DCAing into the market. Now you get somebody that's more at my level, that's a home miner where, you're sitting there at 72 GPUs in your home, and you've got at least a $1,200 to $1,800 a month electric bill. Now you're going, okay, I'm going to sell coin, but the neat trick is that you're not really selling all of it. You're only selling a portion of it. There's that number where you hit enough GPUs, and
I'm running 22 GPU. Well, 22 on like mining operating systems.
So
Probably close to like 30.
yeah,
Like
I
microsystems.
started noticing the equilibrium right around 50 to 60 GPUs. I started seeing equilibrium where I actually like saw more of a positive number even if I was subtracting the
Like
electric.
in rewards.
Yeah, like like you hit that like that sweet spot at right around 50 to 60 GPUs, depending on how good of GPUs you got, and of course market value, blah blah blah. But overall, I would say that I would, if I had to sell coin at any one of those times, which I didn't. Uh, I probably would have been selling off about maybe 60% of what I was holding. So I would have been holding on to about a minimum of 40% of everything. So
I do like these little backplates.
oh yeah.
And the front plate. They're both the same.
I think disc plate fucking makes things for it too.
Like custom plates.
Yeah.
Disc plate.
Yeah. They do it like for a bunch of shit. They used to do it for like PlayStations and shit like that. They got in trouble for it.
The disc plate was the metal signs.
They do a whole
UFG
bunch
Tech
of shit.
does.
They got into electronics and stuff like that. I don't know if they do it for the Nooks. I know that they do it for like some things. It's worth looking if they've got it, man. I'm glad to help. It's like customize that bitch. But yeah, I always like the alien head that they got on there. It's pretty cool.
This one's actually Jaden's. Pretty upset. Can't run Bazite on it like I wanted to.
Oh,
Because it's an NVIDIA GPU. It really needs an AMD. So I should have done what I was gonna do in the first place and get a 6600 XT or non XT. Should have done it. It would have been it would have worked out of the box. But I kept getting out of memory errors, which
yeah, and I think I had a Hellhound 6600 non XT, but I don't think that those fit in there.
they were too long.
Like just a pinch too long.
Yeah.
Not by much. I think I measured mine out.
So sadly, ended up just going with gross Windows for now until we figure something else out.
Are you running like Windows 11?
Yeah.
Gross. It fucking does, like the flow on it just doesn't work.
Yeah. So that's what we got. Kind of see you in there. What's up?
Hell yeah. Those are they are nice. They are nice.
Yeah, I mean, 7 liters. So there's the size of my hand.
Sep's like, I second that with the gross. As a pirate, Windows 11 is a mistake. I know. I look at Windows 11 as like as Windows Vista.
The upgrade that no one wanted to switch to.
Yep.
They were like, you gotta switch. I was like, do I have to?
Do I have to?
Please don't make me do it.
Right, anything for it a lot. The wife has it on her laptop, and like navigating shit in there, it just is awkward. I don't know how else to put it. It is absolutely awkward.
Windows 7 and XP were like
XP. Windows 98.
the best.
98 would
I'm one of the
XP.
locals, Windows 2000. Oh man, Win 2000.
You see,
I remember Win 2000. That's when
now there was two
that's when I'm like,
variations.
98 and 2000 is when I first started like really using and like playing with computers like
Now,
at home.
but there, but Windows 2000, there was two variations. You had the standard and the pro. The standard sucked, and it would make your fucking computer bog down. Pro fucking was like a little bit lighter weight on the CPU, great for gaming. But it like
Windows 2000 was the last OS without spyware.
yes, that is true. At this point, I stayed on Windows 98 because like Windows 98 was perfection. It wasn't too hard on the CPU. Didn't matter if you had an old or old CPU setup, or a brand new. Windows 98 worked on anything. It was nice and snappy. Most, all the games at the time were working on it, no problem. So I had no complaints there. But once it had updated to a point where 98 was a little bit too slow on the processing side for Windows, and it needed to be updated. Going to XP, everything was like the same, except for visually it was better. So like for me, XP was just like the just a seamless crossover. Absolutely, bypassing the whole Windows 2000 era with the with the whole craze of the of your computers are going to shut down at midnight at 2000 because like the computer doesn't recognize 00 as a number. So funny, absolutely so funny. Yeah, the Y2K times. Oh yeah. Why? It's like, and it's what you say whenever you're like looking at people who are like, oh, I like Windows 2000. I'm like, oh, Y2K. Yeah, no thanks. You can keep that operating system to yourself. Like it had its all right instances for the pro version, but yeah, no, that was like a credit. It was like crappy. It was like they fucking went to Windows 98. Everybody was like celebrating that, and then and then they fucking started, going beyond that to Windows 7 and then Windows 8 that nobody really wanted, and Vista that nobody wanted. It's like they were like, hey, we're gonna make something awesome. All right, guys, stand back. We're going to go ahead and fuck this up. I mean, you can mine off of all of it. It doesn't matter what operating system you got, as long as it's got a compatible PCIe rail that you can plug in a GPU into, which I've proven that one before. Gen 2 PCIe fucking running 8 GPUs on it. With Windows 7. And then I went over to I put Hive onto it. I'm like, Hive works on here. You can use Hive on a potato. I think I even put Simple Mining OS on there too. I was like, fucking Linux. You can use anything with Linux. Almost, I guess. As Mikkel found out here. What are you doing, Mikkel?
I was firing up the other computer to make sure it worked.
Ah.
It still doesn't see the drive.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm curious.
Got it in, and you might have to point it at that drive and be like, "Hey, this is your boot drive, dumbass." Like it doesn't register that particular port you're plugged into as being the main boot drive.
No, because it boots. Like it's booting. It just doesn't see the other drive.
Oh. Oh, so it doesn't see storage. It just sees the boot drive. Nice.
Correct, yeah.
Nice. Not even in device manager, it doesn't see it either?
No, it doesn't.
Wow. Yeah, that either tells me you got a bad drive or the port's not
Well, now
on.
this is two drives now.
Now we're gonna say that port can't be on.
Confused at this point.
There's probably
I checked the setting in BIOS.
I have a idea. I wonder if you can put it into your USB adapter dongle and pull it out and actually plug it into that machine and see if it'll even see it and then reformat it.
Yeah, this one I reformatted the one that I just put in just to
No,
sure.
I'm saying through the operating system on the computer itself.
Oh, yeah.
Like this way, it's like it does it from that software side.
Yeah, I didn't do that, but I can try that on the other drive.
Yeah, that's what I would.
Now.
I mean, it's worth a try, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to see if you can get it to register and just fucking like brute force this thing, be like, okay, I have a good known drive. There's no reason to. Why is this not working? So you're either looking at the board's fucked up there and won't let you plug in, or there's a setting in the BIOS that you're missing that allows for it to be a usable storage device. Because, like, I wonder if it, like, starts pushing it into... Because, like, you should still be able to technically see it, even if it's not fucking formatted right. To not see it at all is the red flag.
Yeah, it shows drive 0, which is the main drive, right?
Right.
And then it shows drive 1, but it says no media. There's nothing there.
Are you able to go to it and just format?
I don't think so.
I like if like for Windows, I know you can go into like you right click into it and fucking go to device manager or I mean, yeah, fucking and like you can just sit there and like do the longer format on there, and sometimes that clears it up because a quick format might not put the right header on there to make it a normal bootable drive. I've had an issue with that on one of my drives before, that I had to do the full fucking format on there.
It's listing drive 1 as removable media, but there is no removable media. That's why it says no media.
Right. But yeah, I mean, if you go to like right click onto the start menu and go into disk management, you should be able to go there, and then it should show you all your drives there, even if it's not pulling up properly. And you should be able to right click it and then format it from there.
And I was in disk management, and it was still. It just has drive D listed as removable media, but there's nothing plugged into it currently. There was at one point, but not anymore. So that space has been designated drive D for removable media. But there is not any, so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't deal with Windows 11. That's Satan shit over there. Yeah, I have not had enough time to play around with it to be able to find all the OG ways of doing shit. Cause like from what I've done before, like some of the shortcuts aren't fucking there for Windows 11 either.
Yeah, some of them aren't. You have to either enable them or.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Subs like got rid of Windows on an old laptop and installed Alpine OS with XFC. Now it's even faster. Nice. I've got an old laptop and I'm not sure which Linux distribution I've got on there right now. I forget. I don't fire that thing up too often. It's not like it touches the internet that often either, because it's got my Bitcoin on there in cold storage.
Cold storage.
Hell yeah. It's annoying to do fucking updates on that thing. Tech man sitting there wrestling out bearings on a Dodge. You do get a lot of chance to get out aggression. If there's something that you're really hating in life, just work on a Dodge and pull apart bearings or brakes on there. You get to break out the the BFH, the big fucking hammer, and you get to take a couple of whacks at the car.
Intentional wax too.
Oh my god, yeah. I've had customers like fucking go to the manager. He's beating my car. And the manager coming up to me, did you beat the car? And I'm like, yeah, the rotor. I had to. And I'm like, you did it with the customer watching you? And I'm like, I can't help if the customer's watching me if I'm doing my job.
Look, I gotta get this done.
I'm like, you want this done today, right?
Yes, cool. Just checking.
Right. I'm like, puts me into a bad position. I'm just saying, as a mechanic.
Now you're gonna get on to me for my timeliness on this job, and then, we just can't have that.
Right. I'm like, if there's a problem,
'Cause I took
stick
it
me
for a
in the
test
back of the
ride.
shop where nobody can see me, and I'll work
He says it
faster.
is smooth as silk with the new bearings.
Oh, I'm sure.
This is now just gotta get the top end done tomorrow.
Yeah, the lovely engine oil cooler that loves to leak coolant or oil. Depends. They take turns, but it's usually coolant. That's where it takes longer to get down to that fucking that little oil cooler assembly and pry that fucker out of the valley. Takes more time to do that than actually like putting it all back together. Like it goes back together like fucking lickety split.
Always.
It's like, oh fucking, why couldn't you come apart this fucking fast, little bastard?
Always. That's how it always works.
Oh yeah.
The big
Make sure when you're pulling that oil cooler,
bolts.
when you pull the oil cooler out, Tech Man, make sure all the tubes have their O-rings. You will hate life if you got to go back in there. No, I don't know this from first-hand experience, but I have seen other people do it. I had to pull apart one. I'm like, why is this thing fucking leaking and it's got the updated unit on here? Fucking pull it apart and the main oil galley has a double O-ring down in there. You're like, oh, that'll do it.
Right.
He's got a couple of stuck injector harness clips in there. I'm like, just dig them out, dude. You're either gonna break them or not. I guess it's a little different because like I just fucking deal with it and I'll just rewire in fucking new harnesses if I have to because it doesn't take that long. Just because it's 2 wires. It's awesome. Fucking life's so much easier. But yeah, I've never really broken an injector clip. I've actually had more of an issue with the lock breaking on them. If the lock doesn't break and you're able to move the lock, if the lock moves, then you can sit there and unpress it. If the lock broke, you're gonna have to take a little itty bitty pocket screwdriver from the back side of the fucking clip. And from underneath, you're going to dig the fucking tip of the clip off of the lock. And you will not break anything. Pro tip there. Pro tip. I stopped breaking harnesses a while back. It's whenever you're... It's usually... I usually have issues with harnesses that are about 30 years old now. At about 30 years old, you just fucking whisper on it, right? And the plastic will be like, oh, I'm done. You looked at me funny. You made fun of me. I need my safe space. Yeah, that's like the early 90s plastic. It was like the plastic composite back then was shit. Oh yeah. So we are at that 1 hour marker.
Yes.
And mining is dead, so we can go ahead and turn off all the GPUs now, because there's nothing for us GPU miners left, right? Right? Is that the sentiment nowadays? GPU mining's dead again.
Yeah,
Are we-
pretty much.
Are we there? Are we there yet? I just want to know, so I can like tell everybody GPU mining's dead and just like ring the alarm bell. It's time to move on to ASICs. I mean, like, what is a GPU miner making right now? I mean, so you could be mining Able. A 4090 is making 10 cents on Able. I don't know about the 50 series quite yet. Let's see. Well, does What to Mine have it yet? Do we have 50 series on What to Mine yet? Nope. Are there any calculators that have the new 50 series yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Yeah. So I mean, like, let's say fucking a 5090 is doubling. Let's say 1.5 times. So you're making 30 cents on a 5090. Let's say 30 fucking cents. Let's say. That's being really generous. That is more than double what a 4090 is making. And for $2,000. 30 cents for $2,000.
Wow, Sandy. A friend hit a mirror block. It's impressive.
It's like Ozzy's like, I just got a place and thinking about getting some of the old trusty GPUs out of storage. He's like, I need at least one small mining rig. Of course, I feel you on that one. I mean, at least I got a little. I do have 2 mini doges running. So I mean, it's like it's not like I haven't. I've stopped mining at all. I'm just not running my a full operation like I was, because like there's just nothing that says, hey, I deserve hash rate over here. I'm gonna pay for the security.
Hash rate.
It's like Seb's like GPU heating the house right now. Nice, nice. The Pirate's like, I still have my CPU and BitX running. Nice, nice. I've been thinking about wanting to grab a BitX. Those look interesting. Get a little bit more of a modern, might get a modern fucking lottery ticket. Oh, nice! Ozzy won the Ozzy Bogan won the ice river, the small ice river from Red Panda. Yo, nice!
Nice. Congrats, dude.
Right, dude, that's awesome. It's the small one, but it'll be the first one, so it'll be his first little FPGA style ASIC. Because that's what the ice rivers are, aren't the ice rivers? Those are at like Are those true ASICs?
Yeah, those are ASICs, buddy.
Oh, okay. I thought that those were like, which ones were the ones that are like partial, like they're like partially like they're pretty much an FPGA. I thought that they were coming from from Canada too that were being repurposed.
Nope.
There was a company out up there. It might not have been Ice River. That's fine. It's not Ice River. There was another company up there that was doing that was producing some like old school fucking FPGAs.
The K10s?
Were those the K10s? I think so. Yeah. Or wasn't that coming from Canada too?
Oh, they were not coming from Canada. Ice River doesn't come from Canada either.
I thought Ice River was in Canada. I stand corrected.
The super scalar K10. Skibadoo-doodle out of here.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Mark.
I was like, nope, upstream is and nodes and bits is. Yeah.
It do be facts.
That be facts. I mean, nodes and bits, man.
The notes.
I've still got to like set up that PC the way that I fucking that'll like get it up to the way I want to have it run, and it's like I can use it at like my more modern fucking Linux rig and start to learn how to use it a little more proficiently than I do. It's like I can run Linux. It's not a problem. It's just it's different.
It is different.
I just get to points where I'm like, I'm trying to do this cool little thing over here. I got stuck here, and I don't get the fucking error codes. So thankfully, I got Mikkel and I got my wife's fucking kid to bounce stuff off of that know Linux a little better than I do.
It's facts.
I'll figure out how to overclock it for you. Like that's still like one of the things that I was pretty good at with fucking with like the like not too many people know how to overclock a fucking Raspberry Pi. I got that bitch fucking running 5 volts. Oh, suck it. It grows on you to the point you trash Windows. You know, if they make gaming more seamless on Linux, I would probably agree with you, Seb. Like that's my big fucking holdback is that my gaming does not fucking pipe over to fucking Linux. That is Linux's Achilles heel. If fucking gaming could actually happen, and I get it, Steam. Thank you, Steam. Thank you with the Steam Deck. They need to push out Steam OS and actually make Steam OS public and finish that project up. Because like they still don't have Steam OS completed yet, and I think that once that's officially completed, I think that'll help developers understand what they're piping these games over to, I think. Instead of trying to guess it for the lightweight version for the Steam Deck, because that's what the Steam Deck is going to utilize is going to be Steam OS Lite.
Well, Steam with Proton's great. I agree.
I do like how Steam runs. I do like how Steam runs on Steam OS on the Steam Deck, but there are a little quirks with it. But I do understand that Steam OS on the Steam Deck is still not the full package for fucking Steam OS. So there's that. But they're coming along. I'm not gonna shit on them. They just need to fucking finish up. It's like, come on, guys, stop developing and fucking put it out. It's like that annoying kid in the backseat. Are we there yet? But
Well, I'm out of here.
hell yeah, let's get up out of here. Thank you everybody for being here. Smash that lizard like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff, guys. And with that being said, peace out. Stay savage. May your watts be low and your hash be high, and we'll see you on the next one. Yo.
Later, guys.